Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Life isn't going to hand you motivation on a silver platter. Nobody is coming to knock on your door, pull you out of bed, and cheer you on as you chase your dreams. Motivation? It's an inside job. It's the fire that you have to light. And the one good way to do it is to believe in yourself enough to start. Start where you are. Start with what you have. Too often, we're waiting for the perfect time, the perfect circumstances, the perfect sign from above. But let me remind you, the perfect time is now. Look around. Count your blessings. Your health, your abilities, your opportunity to try again, don't take them for granted. Gratitude has a way of igniting that spark inside you, because when you realize you already have so much, you understand that you are capable of so much more. Now close your eyes for a moment. I want you to see yourself at the finish line. See yourself achieving that goal. Smell the success. Taste the victory. Hold that image tight, because that's your why. When the road gets hard, and believe me, that vision is what's going to pull you through. But let's be clear, motivation isn't magic. It's discipline. It's waking up every single day, putting one foot in front of the other and saying, I will try. You don't have to climb the whole mountain today, but you've got to take the first step. And if you stumble, good. That means you're moving. And when you fail, and you will fail, don't let it stop you. Fail forward, fail with purpose. Learn something from it, then get back up and push harder. And listen, I know this world can get loud with doubts and negativity. People will tell you you can't do it, or it's too hard, block it out. Surround yourself with people who see your greatness even when you can't see it yourself. Read stories of resilience, watch examples of triumph, fill your mind with the proof that if others can do it, so can you. Finally, don't wait for the big win to celebrate. Celebrate the little wins, the progress, the effort, the times you showed up when you didn't feel like it. Those small victories are the fuel for your fire. Motivation isn't found, it's made. So get up, look in the mirror and say, I've got this, because you do. Now go out there and show the world who you are. Gratitude is the foundation upon which all motivation is built. It's not just a fleeting feeling or a polite habit. It's a powerful tool that shifts your perspective and unlocks your potential. When you take a moment to acknowledge what you already have, you're not just counting blessings, you're fueling the fire within. Too often we're so focused on what we lack or what's ahead that we forget to appreciate where we are right now. But let me tell you something, the fact that you're here, breathing, and able to dream, plan, and act is already a gift. Gratitude is the key that opens the door to your inner strength and resilience. Gratitude is also deeply personal. It's about identifying the things that truly matter to you, the things that give your life meaning. Maybe it's your health, your family, your friends, or even the challenges you've overcome. When you reflect on these, you remind yourself of your resilience. You remind yourself that you've been through tough times before and made it out stronger. That recognition builds confidence. It's a reminder that if you've done it once, you can do it again. Gratitude is your proof that you're capable. But let's not confuse gratitude with complacency. Being grateful doesn't mean settling for less or ignoring your dreams. It means starting with what you have and building from there. Think of gratitude as the fuel in your tank. If you're driving toward a goal, you're not going to get far on an empty tank. Gratitude fills it up. It energizes you. It helps you focus on the road ahead with a positive mindset instead of one clouded by doubt or frustration. There's also a practical side to gratitude. When you focus on what you're thankful for, you're training your brain to see opportunities. It's not just a feel-good exercise, it's rewiring how you think. Gratitude makes you more resourceful because it shifts your attention to what's possible. It's hard to stay stuck when you're actively looking for solutions and reasons to move forward. It's like planting seeds in your mind, seeds that grow into ideas, determination, and resilience. The act of gratitude can be simple, but its effects are profound. Start small. Every day, take a moment to write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big or dramatic. Maybe it's the sunrise, the smile of a loved one, or the fact that you made it through a tough day. Those small moments add up. They remind you of the beauty in the ordinary and the strength within you. Gratitude is a habit, and like any habit, it gets stronger the more you practice it. When you cultivate gratitude, you create a mindset that embraces challenges and sees them as opportunities for growth. You stop focusing on what you can't control and start focusing on what you can. Gratitude keeps you grounded while giving you the wings to dream. It's a paradox. Really, the more you appreciate where you are, the more driven you become to reach higher. Because when you're grateful, you're not chasing success out of fear or desperation. You're moving forward with purpose and joy. And that kind of motivation is unstoppable. Visualizing your goal is not just a motivational tool, it's a transformative experience that bridges the gap between where you are and where you want to be. The power of visualization lies in its ability to make an abstract dream feel tangible, almost real, long before it manifests in your life. When you close your eyes and picture your goal, you're doing more than just imagining. You're setting the stage for your mind and body to align with the actions needed to achieve it. It's not wishful thinking, it's intentional preparation. Think of visualization as a mental rehearsal. Athletes, performers, and high achievers across fields use this technique because it works. When you visualize your goal, you're training your brain to recognize opportunities and solutions that align with that vision. For instance, if your goal is to excel in your career, picturing yourself confidently handling challenges, leading meetings, or celebrating milestones reinforces the belief that these achievements are possible. This belief is critical because motivation is deeply tied to the conviction that success is within reach. Visualization transforms uncertainty into clarity, and clarity fuels action. Imagine this: you want to climb a mountain. Standing at the base and looking up at the summit can feel overwhelming. But if you close your eyes and picture yourself step by step, reaching each milestone along the path, the journey becomes less daunting. You see yourself placing one foot in front of the other, navigating obstacles, and eventually standing triumphantly at the peak. That image is powerful. It creates an emotional connection to the outcome, making the hard work and sacrifices along the way feel worthwhile. Your brain starts to associate the effort with the reward, and suddenly the climb seems possible. But visualization is more than just picturing the end result. It's about immersing yourself in the details of what achieving your goal will look and feel like. What emotions will you experience when you get there? What will you see, hear, or even smell in that moment of triumph? The more vivid and sensory your visualization, the more your brain starts to perceive it as real. This is because your brain doesn't fully distinguish between actual experiences and vividly imagined ones. By repeatedly visualizing your goal, you're conditioning your mind to act as though success is inevitable. And when your mind believes, your actions follow. Visualization also serves as a compass during moments of doubt or challenge. When the going gets tough and your motivation wanes, the image of your goal can reignite your drive. Picture this: you're midway through a difficult project and nothing seems to be going right. Instead of giving in to frustration, take a moment to close your eyes and revisit your vision of success. See yourself completing the project, receiving recognition, or simply enjoying the satisfaction of a job well done. That mental image acts like a beacon, guiding you through the storm and reminding you why you started in the first place. Furthermore, visualization helps you align your actions with your goals. When you have a clear picture of what you want to achieve, you naturally start to make decisions that bring you closer to it. It's like having a mental roadmap. Without that map, it's easy to get lost or distracted by things that don't serve your purpose. But when you've already seen yourself succeed, it becomes easier to recognize the right opportunities and stay focused on your path. Some might dismiss visualization as daydreaming, but it's much more intentional and strategic than that. It's not about passively wishing for things to happen, it's about priming your mind to work toward making them happen. Visualization is an active process, one that requires you to commit time and energy to imagining your future self and then backing up that vision with effort. It's about pairing the mental image with real-world actions, creating a powerful synergy between thought and execution. Ultimately, visualization turns your goals into something more than aspirations. It transforms them into destinations you've already visited in your mind, places you feel destined to reach. And when you approach your goals with that level of confidence and certainty, the path forward becomes not just clearer, but also far more achievable. Taking responsibility for your own motivation is one of the most empowering choices you can make. It's about realizing that no one else can carry the torch for your dreams, and no external force is going to suddenly make everything fall into place. Motivation isn't something you stumble upon, it's something you cultivate from within. Accepting responsibility for your drive is not a burden, it's a liberation. It gives you control over your life, your goals, and your outcomes. Too often, people wait for the perfect circumstances to start moving toward their dreams. They wait for the right moment, the right mood, or the right person to give them a push. But the truth is, those moments rarely come. If you're always waiting for motivation to knock on your door, you'll be stuck in the same place, day after day. Taking responsibility means acknowledging that the power to act is already in your hands, no matter the situation. It means saying, I may not feel like it right now, but I'll get up and do it anyway. That simple shift in mindset transforms you from a passive observer of your life into an active participant. When you take ownership of your motivation, you stop blaming external factors for your lack of progress. It's easy to say, I didn't have time, or I wasn't in the right headspace, or I'm just not motivated today. But those are excuses that keep you stagnant. Taking responsibility means recognizing that while life will throw obstacles your way, your response to them is entirely up to you. It's not about ignoring challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It's about finding ways to move forward despite the difficulties. It's about deciding that your goals are worth the effort, even when the effort feels hard. Responsibility also means being honest with yourself. It's about acknowledging the habits, choices, and behaviors that may be holding you back. Are you procrastinating? Are you letting fear dictate your actions? Are you relying too much on others to keep you inspired? Taking responsibility doesn't mean beating yourself up for these things. It means identifying them and making a conscious decision to change. It's a process of self-awareness that leads to growth. When you own your role in your successes and setbacks, you gain the power to improve and move forward. Another aspect of taking responsibility for your motivation is understanding that small, consistent actions matter more than grand gestures. Motivation isn't about feeling pumped up all the time, it's about committing to the process even when you're not. It's about showing up every day and doing what needs to be done, no matter how you feel. Taking responsibility means creating routines and habits that support your goals, even when inspiration is nowhere to be found. It's about recognizing that discipline, not fleeting excitement, is the real driver of progress. When you take responsibility for your motivation, you also take responsibility for your energy and environment. You start to recognize the importance of surrounding yourself with positivity and removing distractions. If you're constantly exposed to negativity or clutter, whether physical, mental, or emotional, it becomes much harder to stay motivated. Taking responsibility means being intentional about what you allow into your life and actively seeking out the things that uplift and inspire you. It means prioritizing self-care, managing your time effectively, and staying focused on what truly matters. The most empowering part of taking responsibility is realizing that you don't have to rely on anyone else to keep you going. You become your own source of motivation. That doesn't mean you can't seek support or encouragement from others, but it does mean that your progress doesn't depend on it. You learn to motivate yourself by setting clear goals, celebrating your wins, and reminding yourself why you started in the first place. You understand that your dreams are yours to achieve, and no one else can do the work for you. Taking responsibility for your motivation also means being resilient in the face of setbacks. Life will knock you down. It's inevitable. But when you take ownership of your drive, you develop the strength to get back up and keep going. You stop seeing failures as reasons to quit and start viewing them as opportunities to learn and grow. You realize that every setback is a stepping stone and every challenge is a chance to prove to yourself just how capable you are. Ultimately, taking responsibility for your motivation is about owning your power. It's about understanding that your actions, not your circumstances, determine your success. It's about believing in yourself enough to take that first step and every step after that, knowing that you have what it takes to reach your goals. Discipline is the cornerstone of progress and a key factor in sustaining motivation. It is not glamorous and it is rarely easy, but it is what separates those who merely wish from those who achieve. The truth about discipline is that it doesn't require you to feel motivated in every moment. Instead, it asks for your commitment, consistency, and resolve to keep showing up day after day, even when it's inconvenient or uncomfortable. Discipline transforms fleeting sparks of motivation into a steady fire that can withstand any storm. When you embrace discipline, you commit to doing the work no matter how you feel. Feelings are temporary, unreliable things. They ebb and flow with circumstances, energy levels, and moods. But discipline is a choice. It's waking up early to work toward your goal, even when you'd rather sleep in. It's staying focused on a project when distractions beckon. It's sticking to your plans, not because it's easy, but because you know it's necessary. Discipline doesn't depend on whether the stars align or whether inspiration strikes. It depends on your ability to decide that your goals are worth the effort. People often wait for motivation to strike like lightning before they take action, but this is a flawed way to approach growth. Motivation may get you started, but it is discipline that keeps you going. It's about building habits that make progress automatic, even when enthusiasm fades. For example, if your goal is to write a book, discipline means committing to writing a certain number of words each day, whether or not you feel inspired. Some days the words will flow, and some days they won't, but by staying consistent, you'll eventually have a manuscript. That is the power of discipline. It turns small daily actions into monumental achievements over time. Discipline also requires a deep sense of self-awareness. It's about recognizing your weaknesses, distractions, and excuses, and then actively choosing to overcome them. It's acknowledging the moments when you'd rather give up or take the easy way out and choosing to push forward instead. This kind of awareness doesn't come naturally. It's something you develop through practice and reflection. Every time you honor your commitments, you're reinforcing a message to yourself: I can trust myself to follow through. This trust is critical because it builds confidence and a sense of control over your life. Moreover, discipline teaches you to value delayed gratification. In a world that constantly pushes instant rewards, discipline is the quiet reminder that the best things in life often take time and effort. When you're disciplined, you're willing to sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term success. You understand that every hour you invest, every temptation you resist, and every step you take is bringing you closer to your goal. It's not always satisfying in the moment, but when you look back, you'll see that the hard days were the ones that mattered most. Discipline also creates momentum, and momentum is a powerful motivator. When you commit to taking consistent action, you start to see progress, and progress fuels more action. It becomes a cycle. The more disciplined you are, the more progress you make, and the more motivated you feel to keep going. Even small wins, completing a workout, finishing a task, or hitting a milestone, can have a compounding effect. They remind you that your efforts are paying off, and they encourage you to stay on track. Discipline is not about perfection, it's about perseverance. There will be days when you stumble, when you fall short of your expectations, or when life throws you off course. But discipline is what gets you back on track. It's what keeps you from giving up after one bad day or one mistake. It reminds you that consistency is more important than perfection, and that progress is built on the ability to keep going despite setbacks. One of the most powerful aspects of discipline is its ability to transform your identity. When you commit to disciplined action, you start to see yourself differently. You no longer identify as someone who struggles to stay motivated. Instead, you see yourself as someone who is capable, resilient, and determined. This shift in identity is profound because it changes not just what you do, but how you think about yourself. When you believe you are disciplined, you naturally act in ways that reinforce that belief. Ultimately, discipline is a choice you make every day. It's a commitment to yourself and your goals, a promise to show up even when it's hard, and a belief that the effort you put in will be worth it. Discipline doesn't eliminate challenges or struggles, but it gives you the strength to face them head on and the consistency to keep moving forward. It's the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be, and it's a tool that, once mastered, can take you anywhere you dream of going. Failure is an inevitable part of life, but how you choose to respond to it can define your path. Learning from failure is one of the most powerful ways to motivate yourself because it transforms setbacks into stepping stones. It's not the failure itself that matters, it's the lesson it teaches you, the resilience it builds, and the perspective it gives you. When you embrace failure as a teacher instead of fearing it, you unlock a strength within yourself that pushes you to keep striving toward your goals. When you fail, the first and most important step is to take responsibility. Avoid the temptation to blame others or external circumstances. Instead, look inward and ask yourself, what could I have done differently? What did I miss? What can I learn from this? This kind of reflection isn't about self-blame, it's about self-awareness. It's about understanding where you went wrong so that you can make better decisions moving forward. By owning your failures, you take control of your growth. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and start seeing yourself as someone who has the power to improve. Another critical aspect of learning from failure is resilience. When you fail and choose to rise again, you're building mental and emotional toughness. You're proving to yourself that you can endure setbacks and keep going. This resilience is a powerful motivator because it reinforces the belief that you're capable of overcoming challenges. The more you bounce back from failure, the more confident you become in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Failure also helps you refine your goals and strategies. Sometimes a setback is a sign that you need to adjust your approach or rethink your plan. Maybe you were aiming for the wrong target, or maybe there's a better, more effective way to reach your goal. Failure forces you to pause and evaluate your direction, ensuring that your efforts are aligned with what you truly want. This kind of clarity is invaluable and can save you time and energy in the long run. One of the most inspiring things about failure is that it reminds you of your humanity. Nobody gets everything right the first time, and nobody achieves greatness without stumbling along the way. Failure connects you to the shared human experience of striving, struggling, and persevering. It's a reminder that perfection isn't required to make progress and that every step forward, no matter how small, matters. Failure also gives you perspective. When you look back on your journey, you'll realize that some of your most significant moments of growth came from your lowest points. The lessons you learn from failure often stick with you longer and resonate more deeply than the lessons you learn from success. They shape your character, sharpen your focus, and fuel your determination to keep going. Finally, failure motivates you by reminding you of what's at stake. It reignites your passion for your goals and strengthens your resolve to see them through. When you fail, you have two choices: to give up or to try again. Choosing to try again is a powerful act of self-belief. It's a declaration that your dreams are worth the effort and that you are willing to fight for them, no matter how many times you fall. Learning from failure isn't about avoiding mistakes, it's about embracing them as part of the process. It's about recognizing that every setback is an opportunity to grow. Every challenge is a chance to prove your resilience, and every failure is a stepping stone towards success. By seeing failure in this way, you transform it from something to fear into something to value. And you motivate yourself to keep moving forward with courage, determination, and hope. The power of your social circle cannot be underestimated. The people you spend the most time with shape your thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors, often more than you realize. If you surround yourself with individuals who inspire, encourage, and challenge you to be your best, their energy and attitudes will naturally rub off on you. These positive influences act as a source of motivation, reminding you of your potential and pushing you to reach for more. They celebrate your victories, help you navigate setbacks, and provide perspective when you lose sight of your goals. Positive influences aren't just about having cheerleaders in your corner, they're also about accountability. When you're surrounded by people who share your values and ambitions, you're more likely to hold yourself to a higher standard. They challenge you to stay true to your commitments and encourage you to push past excuses. This kind of accountability isn't about pressure or judgment, it's about having a network that believes in your abilities and wants to see you succeed. Knowing that others are rooting for you can be a powerful motivator to stay on track. On the other hand, negative influences, those who doubt your abilities, criticize your efforts, or discourage your dreams can drain your energy and hinder your progress. It's essential to recognize these toxic dynamics and take steps to minimize their impact on your life. This doesn't mean cutting people out entirely, but it does mean setting boundaries and prioritizing relationships that uplift and energize you. When you consciously choose positivity over negativity, you create a space where motivation can flourish. Your environment also plays a critical role in your motivation. A cluttered, chaotic space can lead to a cluttered, chaotic mind. Conversely, an organized, inspiring environment can help you feel focused, energized, and ready to tackle your goals. Take a look at your surroundings and ask yourself whether they're supporting or hindering your progress. Are you working in a space that motivates you or one that distracts you? Small changes like adding inspirational quotes, creating a vision board, or organizing your workspace can have a big impact on your mindset and productivity. In addition to the physical environment, consider the digital spaces you inhabit. Social media, for example, can be both a source of inspiration and a source of comparison and negativity. Curate your online feeds to include content that motivates and uplifts you. Follow individuals, groups, and pages that align with your values and goals, and unfollow or mute anything that brings you down. Your digital diet is just as important as your physical one when it comes to maintaining a positive mindset. Another powerful way to surround yourself with positivity is to seek out mentors and role models. These are people who have achieved the kind of success you aspire to and can offer guidance, wisdom, and encouragement. Learning from their experiences can save you time, help you avoid common pitfalls, and inspire you to keep pushing forward. Whether it's through personal connections, books, podcasts, or seminars, exposing yourself to the insights of accomplished individuals can be incredibly motivating. Finally, surrounding yourself with positive influences isn't a one-time decision, it's an ongoing process. As you grow and evolve, your needs and goals will change, and so should the people and environments you align yourself with. Regularly evaluate your influences and ask yourself whether they're still serving your best interests. Be intentional about seeking out new connections, exploring new spaces, and cultivating relationships that inspire and support you. By choosing to surround yourself with positivity, you're creating a foundation for sustained motivation and growth. You're building a network of support, a nurturing environment, and a mindset that empowers you to pursue your dreams with confidence and determination. Positive influences don't just make the journey easier, they make it more fulfilling, reminding you that success is not only about reaching your goals, but also about enjoying the process of getting there. Celebrating small victories is one of the most effective and often overlooked ways to maintain motivation. When you take the time to acknowledge and appreciate the progress you're making, no matter how small, you create a positive feedback loop that encourages you to keep going. Big goals can feel daunting, especially when the path to achieving them is long and challenging. Recognizing small wins along the way provides a sense of accomplishment, boosts your confidence, and reminds you that every step forward matters. In the pursuit of large, ambitious goals, it's easy to overlook the smaller milestones that lead to success. People often focus so intently on the end result that they fail to appreciate the progress they're making in the moment. This can lead to feelings of frustration or burnout as the goal may feel too far away. Celebrating small victories shifts your perspective. It allows you to see that every action, every effort, and every bit of progress is a building block toward your ultimate goal. It reinforces the idea that success is not just about the destination, but also about the journey. Acknowledging small wins also creates momentum. Motivation thrives on progress, and when you celebrate small achievements, you're fueling your drive to continue. Each victory, no matter how minor it may seem, serves as evidence that you're capable of moving forward. It's like climbing a mountain and pausing at every ledge to admire how far you've come. Those moments of celebration give you the energy and encouragement to take the next step, no matter how steep the climb may be. Small victories are not limited to tangible outcomes. They also include the effort you put in and the habits you build along the way. For example, if you're trying to adopt a healthier lifestyle, showing up for your workout, choosing a nutritious meal, or drinking enough water for the day are all victories worth celebrating. These actions might seem insignificant in isolation, but they're the foundation of larger success. By celebrating them, you reinforce the behaviors that will ultimately lead to achieving your bigger goals. Celebrating small victories also helps combat negativity and self-doubt. When you're focused solely on what you haven't achieved, it's easy to feel discouraged and lose sight of your progress. Recognizing small wins shifts your focus to what you've accomplished, creating a sense of pride and gratitude. This positive reinforcement strengthens your belief in your abilities and reminds you that you're on the right track, even if the end goal feels far away. A key aspect of celebrating small victories is being intentional about how you do it. The celebration doesn't have to be extravagant, it just needs to be meaningful. For some, it might be treating themselves to a favorite activity or sharing their success with a supportive friend. For others, it might simply be taking a moment to reflect on the progress they've made and giving themselves a mental pat on the back. The act of celebrating is less about the reward itself and more about acknowledging the effort and progress. Sharing your small victories with others can also amplify their impact. When you share your achievements, you invite encouragement and support from those around you. This creates a sense of accountability and community, both of which are powerful motivators. It's not about seeking external validation, but about creating a network of positivity and shared success that keeps you inspired. Another benefit of celebrating small victories is that it cultivates a mindset of gratitude and positivity. When you actively look for things to celebrate, you train your mind to focus on the good, even in challenging situations. This shift in mindset makes it easier to stay motivated and resilient when obstacles arise. It reminds you that progress is being made, even if it's not immediately obvious, and that every step forward is a step closer to your goal. Celebrating small victories also encourages reflection. When you take the time to acknowledge your progress, you gain valuable insights into what's working and what can be improved. This reflection allows you to adjust your strategies, set realistic expectations, and continue moving forward with clarity and purpose. It's a way of staying connected to your goals and ensuring that your efforts remain aligned with your vision. In the end, the journey of self-motivation is deeply personal yet universally achievable. Whether it's through focusing on purpose, embracing discipline, learning from failure, celebrating small victories, or surrounding yourself with positivity, the power to stay motivated lies within you. Success doesn't come from grand, sweeping actions, but from consistent, deliberate choices made every single day. It's about recognizing that every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow, every setback is a lesson, and every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your dreams.